Hi guys, this is going to be a real quick video to show you basically how you use the TAC II Vehicle Data Cards to resolve combat. First thing you want to be aware of is on the TAC II cards there is a front and there is a back. The front is the firing side, the back is the defending side or target side. On the front of the card it'll have the picture of the vehicle, it'll have all the information about the weapons that the vehicle has and the rounds that it can fire. The back side is the defending side. It's all armor information over here and all of these columns of numbers, percentages of chances to hit, and you'll always recognize the defending side by the multicolored columns on the back and the absence of the picture of the vehicle. So in this particular case we have an M1A1 over here, we have a T90. We need to know a couple of things before we can resolve this combat. We need to know the distance between the two vehicles, which I've already pre-measured, and it's 1,000 meters. We need to know the facing of the target vehicle in relation to the firing vehicle. In this case it's oblique because he's turned slightly, but it's not the side, it's not the front, it's the oblique. And then we also need to know if the target vehicle is moving or stationary. For the sake of this demonstration we're going to say that he is moving. So what we do is we take the firing vehicle, M1A1, and we look at the weapon side, the firing side, and we take the T90 and we look at the defending side or target side of the card. As I mentioned, he is oblique. So we scroll down here until we get to oblique, and we let the defilade and overhead be overlapped here so we don't see them. So this is the number the row we're concerned with, is the oblique. Next thing we do is look at, is the target moving or is the target stationary? We said it's moving. What round is he firing? He's firing a heat round. So we go across this column until we get to a category of range that includes 1,000, because as I said he's 1,000 meters away. So we find it here at 800 to 1,000. So that tells us that we're using this column of data. We follow this column down until we get to the target vehicle, and we look at the gray stripe along the bottom here, which tells us we need to use the gray column on the target card. Red is for ATGMs, blue is for rockets like LAWs and RPGs, and gray is for most other weapons, all anti-tank weapons. So we're at 1,000 meters. In this column we look down into the gray and it gives us a 61% chance of hitting. So we roll the decimal dice and we got a 42. 42 is definitely a hit. Now we have hit, we don't know if we've done anything yet or not. So we look at the oblique information here. It tells us that the armor on the oblique is a rating of 120. We look at the heat round at 1,000 meters and it has a penetration factor of 190. So we subtract the armor from the penetration and we get a factor of 70. So he has a 70% chance of penetrating. And he rolled a 47. Penetrated and destroyed. It's that simple. That's how combat works. It's very quick and easy. Use these cards a couple of times and you'll get it real fast and you'll realize it's just a real easy and quick way to do it. If we were doing the opposite scenario, we would turn the cards over so the T90 weapon side is up and the M1 target side is up. We would overlap them until oblique is showing, because the M1 is also turned at the oblique. We're using a heat round. It's still 1,000 meters. So we come all the way out here to this column, 800 to 1,500. We go down in the gray. He has a 35% chance of hitting. He rolled a 004. That's pretty good. He hit. The oblique armor on an M1A1 is 120 versus a 190 penetration of the 125mm gun on the T90. Gives us a 70% chance of penetrating. And he rolled a 68, just barely. So in that case, he killed him as well. That's how quick and easy it is. There you go.